Imagine a coastline, beautiful yet vulnerable. The sea, a source of life and wonder, can also be a force of immense destruction. With our planet's climate changing, the storms that lash our shores are growing stronger, the sea levels are slowly, inexorably rising. Communities that have called these coasts home for generations now find themselves on the front line of a global crisis. It is a precarious existence, a delicate balance between land and sea that is being pushed to its very limit. In this grand and often daunting story of our planet, it is easy to feel that we are helpless against such powerful forces. But nature, in its infinite wisdom, has provided its own defenders. Along the tropical coastlines of the world, subtropical coastlines of the world, there stands a remarkable forest, one that straddles the boundary between two worlds. These are the mangrove forests, the unseen sentinels of the shore. They are not like the forests we might picture on high mountains or in rolling valleys. These trees have adapted to live in salt water, a feat few other plants can manage. Their tangled, arching roots dive deep into the soft mud, creating a complex living barrier. At first glance, they might seem like a simple muddy swamp, but they are in fact one of the most dynamic and vital ecosystems on Earth, a quiet army standing guard for us all. These unique forests act as living breakwaters. When a storm surge pushed by ferocious winds barrels towards the land, it meets this dense thicket of roots and trunks. The energy of the waves is dissipated, slowed, and tamed before it can crash into homes and villages. The water, instead of rushing inland with destructive force, is gently dispersed through the maze of the mangrove roots. This natural defense system is far more effective and far more resilient than any concrete seawall we could hope to build. It is a testament to the power of nature to protect and to sustain itself, if only we give it the chance. For too long, we have overlooked these crucial ecosystems. We have seen them as wastelands to be cleared for development or aquaculture, not understanding the profound service they provide. But as we face the growing challenges of a changing climate, we are beginning to see them in a new light. These are not just trees, they are guardians. They are a buffer against the rising tides, a sanctuary for countless creatures, and a symbol of resilience. The story of the mangrove is a story of survival, a lesson in how nature's own solutions are often the most elegant and the most powerful. The first and most visible gift of the mangrove forest is its power as a coastal shield. The complex architecture of their root systems, known as prop roots, forms a natural barrier that is both strong and flexible. Unlike a rigid seawall that can be undermined and broken by the relentless force of the ocean, the mangrove forest absorbs the impact. The energy of storm waves is baffled and reduced as it moves through the dense network of trunks and roots. This significantly lessens the risk of coastal erosion and flooding, protecting the lives and livelihoods of millions of people who live along the world's fragile coastlines. It is a quiet, constant service performed day after day. Beyond their role as physical protectors, mangroves are also phenomenal carbon sponges. As they grow, these trees pull vast amounts of carbon dioxide, a key greenhouse gas, from the atmosphere. But what makes them truly exceptional is where they store it. They lock this carbon away not just in their leaves and branches, but deep within the oxygen-poor soil beneath their roots. This waterlogged sediment, known as blue carbon, can store carbon for centuries, even millennia. In fact, on a per-hectare basis, mangrove forests can sequester up to 4 times more carbon than mature tropical rainforests, making them one of our most important allies in the fight against climate change. And then there is the incredible biodiversity. A mangrove forest is a bustling nursery, a vital sanctuary for life. The submerged roots provide a safe haven for young fish, crabs, shrimp, protecting them from larger predators as they grow. This makes these forests critical breeding grounds for many of the species that support local fisheries and, in turn, local communities. Above the water, their branches are home to a rich variety of birds, insects, mammals, from the Bengal tiger and the Sundarbans to the countless migratory birds that use them as a resting point. Mangroves are a cornerstone of coastal biodiversity, a web of life in all its intricate glory. So you see, the value of a mangrove forest is threefold. It is a shield that protects our coasts from the power of the sea. It is a sponge that absorbs the carbon warming our planet. and it is a sanctuary that nurtures an astonishing array of life, from the smallest shrimp to the most magnificent bird. To lose these forests is to lose not just one benefit, but three intertwined pillars that support the health of our coasts and our planet. It is a loss we simply cannot afford, a risk we must not take. To protect these vital ecosystems, we must first understand them. This is the work of scientists, who venture into these muddy, complex worlds to listen to their secrets. The process of monitoring mangroves is patient and meticulous. Researchers wade through the shallow waters, often battling heat and insects to gather crucial data. They measure the height and diameter of the trees to track their growth and health. They count the number of saplings to see if the forest is regenerating naturally. It is painstaking work, but every measurement helps build a picture of the forest's condition, telling us whether it is thriving, struggling, or in decline. The science goes deeper than just the trees themselves. Scientists also study the very foundation of the forest, the water and the soil. They take water samples to test for salinity, temperature, and nutrient levels, which are all critical factors for mangrove survival. By drilling core samples deep into the mud, they can analyze the layers of sediment that have built up over centuries. This reveals not only the history of the forest, but also allows them to calculate the immense amount of blue carbon stored beneath the surface. This data is essential for quantifying the climate benefits that these forests provide to the entire world. This information is not simply for academic interest. It is a vital tool for conservation. By tracking changes over time, scientists can detect threats early on, such as pollution from nearby industries or changes in water flow caused by coastal development. This data acts as an early warning system, allowing conservation managers to intervene before irreversible damage is done. For instance, if monitoring shows a lack of young saplings, it might indicate that the water has become too saline for seeds to germinate, prompting an investigation into local freshwater sources. The science provides the evidence needed to make informed decisions. Furthermore, this careful monitoring is what allows us to truly value these ecosystems. When we can put a number on the tons of carbon a forest stores, or the value of the fish nursery it provides, it becomes much harder to dismiss it as unproductive land. The journey from scientific discovery to real-world action is where hope truly lies. The United Arab Emirates provides a wonderful example. The UAE, known for dramatic desert landscapes, futuristic cities, and significant mangrove forests along its coastline. For years, scientists and environmental groups have been monitoring these ecosystems, gathering data on their health, gathering data on their extent, and gathering data on their capacity to store blue carbon. This research was not just an academic exercise, it became the foundation for a profound shift in national policy and climate action. The UAE government has made mangrove restoration a key pillar of its climate strategy. Ambitious projects such as the Abu Dhabi Blue Carbon Demonstration Project were launched. Large-scale planting drives have been organized along the coast. Volunteers, including children and adults, have been planting mangrove saplings, and the UAE has pledged to plant 100 million mangroves by 2030. This success story shows how the process works. It begins with the quiet, diligent work of researchers in the field. Their data then empowers policymakers to see the environment as integral to national well-being and resilience. That, in turn, sparks restoration projects that bring back the forests, protect communities, and help heal our planet. The UAE's journey from scientific monitoring to large-scale mangrove planting is a powerful blueprint for other coastal nations. The restoration of mangrove forests brings benefits that ripple far beyond the shoreline. When these ecosystems are protected and expanded, entire communities flourish. Local fisheries become more productive as the mangrove nurseries teem with life, providing a sustainable source of food and income. Coastlines are made safer, giving families a sense of security in the face of more extreme weather. Ecotourism can also thrive, offering new opportunities for people to earn a living by showcasing the natural beauty of their local environment rather than destroying it. Protecting mangroves is an investment in the well-being and prosperity of people. These efforts create a legacy of stewardship that can be passed down through generations. When communities are involved in planting and monitoring their local mangroves, it fosters a deep and personal connection to the natural world. Children who plant a sapling and watch it grow into a tree develop a sense of ownership and responsibility for their environment. This hands-on engagement is perhaps the most powerful form of education, building a new generation of guardians who understand the intricate link between a healthy planet and a healthy society. It is about nurturing not just forests but a culture of conservation. The story of the mangrove is a powerful reminder that we are not separate from nature, we are a part of it. The solutions to some of our greatest challenges, not always found in new technology or massive concrete structures. Often the most effective, resilient, and life-affirming solutions are already here, rooted in the wisdom of the natural world. These forests work tirelessly, silently, for the good of the planet and for us. They ask for so little in return, only for the space and the clean water they need to survive. As we look to the future, the fate of these incredible forests rests in our hands. Their resilience is remarkable but not infinite. They need our help, be their advocates, support the science that proves their worth, and demand the action that ensures their protection. And so the question we must all ask ourselves is not simply whether we can save the mangroves, but whether we will choose to. For in saving these forests that stand guard at the edge of the sea, we are, in a very real sense, saving ourselves.